Hi there. I wanted to talk a little bit today about finding our joy, creating our joy, making our lives feel more full in substantial and meaningful ways. And one thing that I just did this past weekend is I took time for myself and didn't go on my computer and turned my phone off, put it away for a little while, didn't text, just really needed to be quiet. And in that quiet time, what I was led to do, because when we're quiet, we can actually pick up the signals. What is it I need to do? What is it I want to do? So one of the things I love doing is reading, and I don't want to do it when I'm just at the end of my day when I get into bed at night, and I love to read then. But then I'm pretty tired, so I'll fall asleep. So it's a real luxury and a treat to just read during the day. So I was reading a wonderful book about minimalism. Um, it's called Goodby Things, and written by a young Japanese man, and who, over the course of the reading of the book, I saw that he was actually changing as he was writing, developing more into a more vulnerable and real person, at least to me, as I was reading about him and how he went about changing his life, making real transformations in his life, simply, I'm not sure how simple it is, but simply by removing objects in his life, getting rid of things. And, we gather so much around us, and we have this clutter and these things that we think are important, and this person gave me this, and this reminds me of that. And boy, after a while, we just get bogged down with it. And we find that that is true, especially when we try to move. Look at all the things that we've gathered, and how much meaning do they have for us other than taking up a lot of space and energy. So what I did after reading this book was I just went around. I took a bag after I finished. I took a bag and opened up my drawers and just removed, like, how many pairs of socks do I really need, And couldn't these socks be keeping someone else warm other than the inside of my drawer? And if you really think about it, we usually like fight through a little pile to find the thing that we really want. Well, when we're fighting through that pile, let's get rid of that pile so that we just reach for what we want. It's there simply and easily, and it creates less stress in our life. It removes stress in our life when we're not struggling around the objects that hold us in place. So um, that was just very enjoyable. It really was lots of fun to just get rid of things. And what makes it easier too, because some people have a hard time doing that. So what makes it easier is just to think about who else these pieces of clothing could be helping, and letting them go with that thought. It's not like oh, I'm tired of wearing it. Maybe even haven't worn it much. It's more as though, how much do I really need? How much can I get by with? And I see it as a layering or a delayering or an unfolding. So we do it a little bit at a time. You don't want to go from a place that's just full of stuff to a place that's empty of stuff, because we'll generally try to fill that space back in if we're not careful. So it's about being gentle too, being gentle with our transformative process. It's not an overnight thing. So this for me was a nice and pleasant and fun step to transformation, to lightening up. So I just went through my closets and my drawers, and just filled a bag, and it's ready just to be given elsewhere. And the joy that brought me was just amazing. And I've done it before, but somehow in this time it felt more meaningful. It just felt more meaningful, and it felt more meaningful because it had more substance to it. Hmm. Yeah, maybe just real consciously, instead of feeling like, oh, I better or I have to. It's like, I want to. I want to lighten up, in so many ways. So that's my they're my words today, that maybe can help you take these small and I say gentle because we have to be gentle with ourselves. When we're too rough, when we're too rough, it doesn't work. So this is not about punishing or getting rid of things because we don't deserve something. What we deserve is more space in our life for what we really, really do love. And so many of the things we have around us are things we really don't love, that really don't serve us in any way. They're just a clutter. It's just a lot of clutter. So think about, there are many people out there that need so much more than what we have, and be able to let things go with that thought, to share it. You're sharing your things. And yeah, just keep filling. I made a commitment with a friend that every day we'll get rid of 3 things for the month. 3 things, and they could be little things. They don't have to be huge. And see how we'll feel at the end of the month, And so that's happening. So do that with a friend too. That can help. It's nice to have support. And the other thing too is when you're looking at your objects that you think you love or that have just been part of your life, and you're ready to, you look at it and you go, wow, this, I'm tired of looking at it, or, this used to belong to so-and-so, and boy, I wasn't even really close to that person, but they gave it to me, so I should keep it. No, 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 no. What you can do is remember that the person you hold in your heart, and you can make a little ritual about this, and there's so many things now being written to make this process easy, and that is have this 3-5-second ritual with these objects to say, thank you so much for being part of my life. I now pass this object on to someone who can really use it, and I love the person, or I feel like this about the person who gave it to me, and I hold them in my heart. I don't need to hold this object as a reminder of how much I love them. I know how much I love them. So declutter, reduce, see how it feels, little bit at a time, but make a promise to yourself or to somebody else that that's what you want to do, so that what you're opening up to are more possibilities of goodness and love and freedom. There's a real freedom to letting go of your things, because they really do hold us in place. So that's it for today. Have fun, keep on keeping on, and yeah, and lighten up.